Cigars. Cigarettes. Butt plugs.
I would do a show if only I had some good theme music to start out with.
It's a shame that you don't have a guy who's enough of your friend.
A buddy.
Yeah. He'd actually do that for you. Just give it to you for free. Only on the condition
It's
that
the
you
best
use it.
too. What I loved about that whole thing is like for some quick second our brains were connected because you did exactly what I had in my skull. I've never been so amazed about something my whole life. I said like, yeah, do this. And you're like, okay, bang, how about this? Oh, that's exactly right. I love you. You're my fucking hero.
Now that's just sitting there collecting dust. Is your head okay? Are you feeling better yet? Are you still dizzy?
From what?
Your hat looks like a bloody rag wrapped around your head.
Oh no, dude, that's like I'm like the boss, Bruce Springsteen tonight. This is my Joe Rogan homage show tonight, and so I got like a Bruce Springsteen headband. It's a Survivor's mask. So it's just, and then I got like these cans on. They're pretty big cans. Because that's how I like them, with the dark nipples.
You look like Negative's uncle.
Well, he's in jail, so that'd be sad.
All uncles are in jail.
Yeah. As it should be.
See?
He always made visiting day awkward.
All uncles are either in jail, just got out of jail, or
I guess
just
there's
about
some
to go
sort of
into
time
jail.
loop.
I don't even know what a cooch is or why I should be bringing shit in on it. I don't like to visit Uncle Pete.
He hugs me too long.
What's a cooch?
Once a cooch, always a cooch.
Small fragment hands, cooch hiding techniques. You, in the privacy of your own home, can learn how to hide such things as narcotics as smack, weed, tobacco, moonshine, all in different aspects and parts of your cooch, so that you can let your kid have valuable commodities while they're incarcerated for doing nothing more than living a free man's life.
Shit. They're like us. We're feet.
Being unjustly incarcerated by English, fascist, communist blacks in the DC swamp. Go Trump. Listen to NCN. If you aren't listening to NCN, you're not supporting white supremacy.
I heard there's an episode of NCN available right now. You guys want to go listen to it?
Yeah. We should do a whole show of listening to NCN. That should be tonight's show. We fucking tune into NCN and we listen to his fucking show. And between the four of us, we've doubled his audience. You're right, dude. That comment you made where, dude, this is really a podcast type thing. This is something you do when you want some background music and you want to chill, you know, whatever. It's not something you're like, oh, I got to stop what I'm doing and listen to this collage for the next 18 hours. And then 3 days later, a new revised edited version of the same thing.
Yeah.
It's four German guys in a dungeon in fucking Berlin that are listening to this. Oh, now you think you have been naughty? Now you must listen to NCN for 18 hours. Then I will come pleasure myself on your butt cheeks.
4 German guys in a basement playing Russian roulette, listening to NCN.
They have a wheel of death. One has a take the bullet, and the other 4 are like, listen to 18 hours of NCN.
9-centimeter nails.
Circumcise yourself. See, we shouldn't talk about any of this.
Really blow our load every time.
It's every time. That's as funny as I'm gonna be.
That's it. I'm out of gas.
I know it. I can just tell. Now, oh, fuck. I speed my whole. It's just like making lumpy carrots. I'm like, I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna grab that, and then I'm gonna be a little frisky, and then like 6 seconds later, I'm like, I'm done.
Broadcasting live from Subbasement 27 deep in the heart of the Hypercom Super Studios in the future capital of America's California, Orlando, Florida. This is time for the show. Sub-Ether OTA update 189. I am Dr. Fox, your delightfully greasy host, bringing you all of this week's essential subgenius news and hypercube goings on and whatever crap like that. And sitting in the hypercom with me, like you can too, you handsome fella. Come and prove how much you got at timefortheshow.com. Click the Discord button, why don't you? And so yeah, coming in from I never know how to introduce first. You know, it's a challenge. it's a struggle because it's like Dr. Fox. You have to pick your favorite. Your favorite goes first. But it's like the top bill. You know, you put them up. You put them first. Second, just a whole different thing. The marketing department constantly telling me that I have to pick a favorite. So I'll tell you what. I'll let them decide who's my favorite. You guys just introduce yourselves at the same time right now. Go.
Hi, I'm Peas, and it's my birthday.
Chili,
and I'm sorry.
and
Being
I'm not
born.
sorry. I'm fucking like do drugs. I'm Fidd Chili. Don't wear socks.
They're convincing.
Whatever. I'm just here to
People,
satisfy.
here's the thing. I'm speaking as Fidd Chili, and I want people to understand something. That if it wasn't for big sock money, there would be no big pharma. Big sock has fueled big pharma and even little pharma. So if it wasn't, if you're wearing socks, you're supporting big pharma and you're destroying Mother Earth.
But socks,
And
Peas, socks are the only
you.
investment that grow
no.
as they
Listen,
get bigger.
shoes are just hard
You stretch
socks.
them out more and more.
You really don't need
You put money in 'em
another
to get bigger?
shoe. You don't need a soft shoe inside of your hard sock.
Like a soft shoe crab.
Yeah, you
They
don't
tap
need that
dance to
inside of
Old
a hard
Bay
sock.
commercials.
If a shoe's a hard sock, then a sock is a soft shoe.
A soft chew,
Sock
like
is
a high
just
chew.
underpants for your feet.
Yeah.
How many starbursts would it take to wrap your feet?
How many Zimas do you have?
That gets an air horn? How many Zimas do you have? Ah, bottom of the barrel already, which means it's time for my favorite part of the show. It's Cube News. All the news is fit to Cube. It's over here on the board. You might be able to read it. I know I can. What we
I'm
got?
not
What we
getting
got
your
up on the
video.
board? We got hot. We're dealings. We're dealings with the kids. Peas. What's it like to be a big time, big money producer now that Hypercube is back at like co-producing live shows? Do you have any new strategies that you can share with us for our social media platform for this year?
First of all, as a producer, I will say it does get you the bitches. You know, there's nothing that's been better for my sex life than telling people I'm a subgenius production producer, because that really seems to moisten the folds of a woman's labia and the other lady parts that they have. So I just know that since that's happened, things have been good for the peas in the pussy department.
You really are the
How about
bee's
you,
knees.
Fidd, you look like a man that knows what I'm talking about with the labia and the stuff and moistening it up, and so you've got to, as being another subgenius dude and using that same technique. Are you getting the moisture you're looking for?
Well, as a subgenius, I've done when the opportunity arises.
Perfect.
If and when.
Once the female conspiracy stops plotting against you to have sex, to not have sex, because you know they are actively. There's a newsletter not to have sex with Fidd Chuli, and most incels are on that list. I don't know how they're so well organized, but apparently it's a big organization. You wouldn't want to mess with them. It's akin to, probably on the power scale, the same power scale as the Oprah Bill Cosby against uppity black performers cabal. So they got that going for it.
So
Yeah, the
Rubik's
problem
Cube's
is-
coming to town. Are you guys excited about that?
What?
Yeah! Woo! That's an air horn.
Now listen, here's the thing. People don't know this, but I've been assured by Vanessa, okay, who's in the Rubik's Cubes,
That's her
Cube,
name.
that she is going to perform for the first time a song that the Peas had the initial germ of and presented to her, but that she has now shaped into her own song, and that's going to be performed for the first time this gala event. And I, for one, as the Peas, and the I don't know if I'm going to get a credit or whatever, or royalties or something, but the fact that this is one of my jams, if it were being performed and modified and arranged by the Rubik's Pubes, I'm aghast and excited. Huzzah!
Woo! So Peas, this is gonna be the second theme song produced for you. Are you gonna? What are you gonna do for your show at this show, right? Because you're coming down for this one. Peas was just telling me, Fidd, about how excited he was to come down here for the Rubik's Cube show, and how there was nothing else in the world that he would rather do or divert his energy, time, and funds to. He was just going on and on about how he's eternally grateful for Rubik's Cube and how like such good pals they are and how appreciative they are of them writing a song about him, that he couldn't wait to get down here and pay for the hotel for everybody to stay in. Right, Peas?
No, you know what? I
mean, not Peas, but Fidd. You remember me telling you that earlier, though.
No, but I probably wouldn't be opposed to doing that. I wouldn't be opposed to Patreoning somebody that I spend a lot of time listening to and enjoying. But I want. But
you're going to do your show, right?
It's not a song they wrote about me. That would be awesome, and of course they haven't bothered to do that.
Every Rubik's Cube song, actually, I think, is about Peas.
Many years ago, about my sister-in-law's wedding, that I gave to them and said, "Hey, why don't you guys listen?" It's like the guy who wrote that song for Blue Oyster Cult. Just this is the same thing, but now, not like 1 million years ago. I wrote a song. They're going to turn it into a huge hit. It's a great song. They're going to put their own special pubic spin on it.
Getting it made, yeah.
It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be Rubik's. And, you know, a lot of people don't understand the relationship between, think about it.
No, you're not. Stop telling people to do that.
A hyper cube, okay? That's why there's so much synergy between these two technologies. And of course, the Peas is going to jump in there with one of his own heartfelt poems and offer it to them as, hey, here, kids, here's your next big hit, courtesy of the Peas.
No, you wrote a poem and had them turn it into a song? What was it? What was it? You know, Dry Man's Lament?
For nothing. And like lots of times in the past,
you gave it to him for nothing?
You know,
they tried to pay you for it. You turned them down.
Pay Bernie Taupin for his songs. He didn't just give them to Elton John. And it's not like his songs were any good without Elton John's music. So it's the same kind of synergy between me and the Pubes. Rob, Daniel, and Vanessa. I am giving them this song and they are putting their muse to it, and all four of us collectively have created this awesome piece of art that's going to be exhibited and heard for the first time, I believe, on this show when they come on, or perhaps even performed live during their appearance in Orlando. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited. Yeah, I've got a boner about it. You betcha.
There is a bunch of stuff going on around that. You know, I'd like to remind everybody, because you weren't paying attention last week. I know you weren't. But we're going to be shooting a music video for Rubik's Cube while they're down here. So if you want to be in the music video, just come to Orlando on April 9th. That's pretty much it. You know, meet us over at Uncle Lou's. You don't know where that is?
It might not be
You're
my
not even trying.
Song that
You're not even trying. You're not even trying.
I don't know. Maybe that's the added bonus.
But yeah, they coming. And they were just on the Ball Sugar podcast on Sunday, and I'm like, you're supposed to promote time for the show and tell everybody how great we are. Remember, all I'm doing for you is to praise
Ball
me.
Sugar Broadcasting. That's out of Brazil, right?
I believe they call it a sugar. Which brings me to my favorite part of the show. It's the Pizzo Box. You hit another, but just yeah, anyone. Yeah, that works. Look, Peas, I got letters from the kids. They put them on here. These are empty.
The children.
Got a couple here. Oh, I guess I should say it's I don't know. Do we? I mean, I'm surprised he hasn't gone on and on about it. Like that. It was Cube News segment. Now we're in the PSO box segment. No, never mind. We'll let him do it. Screw it. All right. So this one is Dear Show. So you ready, Peas? Because when it says Dear Show, that means
to the show,
it's
so
to all
Fidd,
of us. But
Fidd should listen as well, don't you think? Fidd, you should listen as well.
If Fidd's smart, he stopped listening a long time ago. All right, here we go.
Well,
Dear Show,
that's not true.
when is Monsanto going to release a chicken that lays eggs with the bacon and cheese already in them? And that's from Thruston Beaver of Ratings Falls, Minnesota.
Isn't that what that sausage, bacon, and biscuit thing at McDonald's is?
For the lean, mean Jimmy Dean army?
Yeah.
Are you saying that Monsanto's behind the McGriddle? That the M in McDonald's stands for Monsanto? What did Monsanto bring you for Christmas last year? I remember leaving out.
Favorite breakfast snack?
I remember leaving out a bowl of Starlink BT corn chips for Monsanto Claus last Christmas, Peas. And he came down and he fed them to the reindeers. Did you know that? Because it's safe. It's like safe for animals to eat the Starlink BT.
You keep saying
cornflakes.
You keep saying Monsanto. Is that like a Mexican chemical company?
That's Monsanto's revenge is when you eat a tomato and then you shit yourself.
No. Have you tried their Serrano salsa? It's
Their what
delicious.
now? Their saran wrap salsa?
Their Serrano chili salsa. It's
What's a
delicious.
Serrano?
Montecero.
I live in the
It's
southeast.
fabulous.
We have
Kroger
different
sells
customs and
that.
things like that.
Kroger sells that.
Are these the kind of things that you would pick up with a
Julie
rasher of
was
bacon?
their director of marketing for 6 months, if I'm not mistaken.
You were a marketing director for Kroger's? Was it before
Well,
or after
sure.
you could beat your kid in the frozen food aisle?
They were called Buy Food Here before Fidd got there.
You
It was
smack
like,
your
hey,
kid in
why
the
don't you
bread
guys buy
aisle because the
Kroger?
bread absorbs all the sound. Did you know that? Hot pro tip, parents. Next time you're ready to tear ass down
Beat your child.
on your child when you're ready to
Buy
little
the
corporal
bobbly
punishment
pizzas.
on them. Yeah.
Yep.
Hand
Do
it
you
out.
buy the
Dole it out
bobbly pizzas?
right next to Sara Lee. In my opinion, it makes the bread taste better. Scares the yeast. All right.
I think you should do it.
Look, I got one. It's for you, Peas. Because it's like you're special or something. Do you want
It's my
this one
birthday.
first or do you want this one first?
Give me the one that Fidd should do.
The one that Fidd should do? Okay. All right. Dear Peas,
Fidd.
why did George Orwell not tell anyone about 9/11? And that's by Ruby Roo of Parody, Illinois.
Okay, Fidd, you say something funny now.
I'm not here to say anything funny. I'm just here to satisfy my community service requirement for when I shit in the ball crawl at Chuck E. Cheese.
Would you really do that?
Good answer. Good answer, Peas.
Thanks, Fidd. You know what? You always talk about how handsome I am, but I'm looking at you right now. And damn handsome. I know it's
I
my
look like
birthday
the boss,
and everything.
right? I looked like the boss right before he recorded The River.
You might have looked like my boss.
Dire Straits.
You look like you got a concussion
I
while you were
got money for
kayaking
nothing.
on the river.
I got money for nothing.
Yeah,
on
you
my
look like you were in a
MTV.
Canadian horror movie.
Dude, did you see that I came across pylons in the desert?
No.
Oh my God, you're not looking at. It's obvious that you're not reading my feed. I don't know why I put so much time into my Facebook fucking feed, and then after hours of work, only 4 people look at it. I don't even know why I bother to do my Facebook feed anymore, considering that, I know I do it for me, and it doesn't matter, and I have a lot of Patreons that give me money to do my Facebook feed, but I don't understand why you don't fucking look at my Facebook feed when I fucking put pylons with me next to him on the feed, so you would go, I like Peas because he put pylons on his feed.
And asked Peas to put those pictures on there.
Week on Facebook that
I literally was asked to go out and find pylons.
Peas does some biracial posts, something like that. And I'm like, Peas, could you make like half of your biracial posts about pylons? He's like, yeah, I can do that. I'm handsome. I got a Jeep. And he does it, and I don't even pay attention. But that's okay. I support him anyway. Because he's handsome. You want the other question, or do you want to try on that one?
Gas money for 3 years.
I thought that was a funny question.
It was.
But that's what I get for thinking. All right,
It's
one more. You want more? Dear Peas.
Well, I think the reason you didn't tell anybody about 9/11 is because you didn't want to ruin the surprise.
Yeah, there you go. That's my boy. That's my Peas.
Love you, Fidd.
I love that.
I love you, Peas.
They sound like competing sitcoms on the same network on like a Thursday afternoon. That's my Peas and Love You, Fidd. No, way before prime time. Like this is before they have before they had 1 million episodes of Ellen DeGenerate to replay every day. So
tonight it's 7 o'clock.
In an alternate universe, it's not Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune. It's I Love Fidd and Hello Peas.
Everybody tolerates peas. 7/6 Central.
AM.
Tonight on Fox.
It's Cops, followed by classic Cops, with a new episode of Cops, followed by the 1-hour season premiere of Cops, and then everybody's favorite,
Cops from BBC.
Married with Children. All right,
Followed
Peas,
by-
I got one more for you, okay? Because there's one here for you. The last one was for you, Peas, and there's another one here for you. Like, Fidd took that one for you. Like, these were given to you like gifts, presented as gifts upon ye. Ye, verily, I say, yea, yea. Here's the next question. All right, and then we're gonna, I don't know, what are we gonna do? You ready to go with song break? You ready? You ready? That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do the song break. Probably. Okay, you ready? Peas.
Long break.
Is this your favorite show? Dear Peas.
It's a good one.
Where
It's
in the
up there
world
top
is Carmen
like-
Sandiego's clitoris? And that's Paige Brook of Shedding, Pennsylvania.
What was it about her bus?
Where does she catch the bus?
Carmen Sandiego?
Carmen Villa Sandiego.
He caught
Well,
the
I'm
bus.
sure there's got to be. Here's the thing about San Diego. There's an isthmus that's and people call it the island of Coronado, but it's really just the extended isthmus. And a lot of people have described it as the little man in the boat in the San Diego Bay. So I think if you could get to Coronado with Carmen Sandiego, which is right above San Diego, so I think that if we could call her Carmen Coronado, we would know where that famous cactus lives. Clitoris is a cactus, right?
I'm sorry, that was incorrect. The answer was Guadalajara. All right, let's go to the song break. We'll be right back with more time for the show.
I was going to say she caught the bus from a tilt-a-whirl operator in Mesa, Arizona.
Silver saucers, reading, flight, disappears.
Dr. Cosmac and Apostle X Fenord. If you want to punish me, go to patreon.com/hypercube. Senpai.
It's a show.
All right, here we are. We're back with time, so you can end you can cut that thing, you know. Yeah, if you play, yeah. Here's the crazy thing:
That's
if
where
you
you
play,
do it.
you play the pipe, if you pipe the air conditioner in. It's getting warm in here. I don't know if you guys can see this over here on the side of the set. Like we're actually
Cannot see
the lights, the diffuser has fallen off of the light, and so I'm actually cooking here. This is very, very unpleasant. I don't really need as many of the clothes as I have on right now, but layers help hide the disgusting fact that I have plenty to be ashamed of. Peas, what are you ashamed of this week, huh?
my penis.
Peas, now you're what I like to call the...
You know what I'm ashamed of? I'm ashamed that during the commercial break, Fidd Chili burnt a hole in his blanket through careless cigarette smoking.
Did he really do that, or did he just say that
Shit,
trying to
we
be
don't
funny?
need to set an example for
Because
the kids.
Fidd Chili
damn it,
isn't
Fidd
the...
Chili.
He's a responsible young adult. A shining pillar of the community. Well, kind of shiny. I guess when enough builds up on anything, it's kind of shiny. Hey, how about that? Crystals are just fancy dirt. How about that? And all sand is whale semen. That's true though. That's true. I saw it on the Discovery Channel.
Fossilized whale sperm from a sperm whale.
Infinite.
That's what they
infinite
make
amounts.
perfumes out of.
Peas, you're like... I like to regale the youths with tales of my friend, my bestest pal, the Peas, who I often refer to as the man of a million voices, because you're
That's
absolutely fantastic. You don't only do impressions, but you do like stand-up comedy. You do monologues.
Sometimes never.
You do vaudeville.
Yes, bits. I'd like to do the bits.
You do some good bits. So here's what I'd like to ask you now, Peas, because this is my birthday. What I'd like for you to do on my birthday is please sell to me, to Comedy Central executive Dr. Me, Bill Hicks selling an NFT. And scene.
And go.
Like, what kind of voice does Bill Hicks have? Because I know all you kids like him, but I'm not familiar with his work.
Peas, the answer lies within.
That's good.
Look deep inside yourself and find that Bill Hicks voice.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing.
Figure it out.
I've got an idea for you fellas. And I know that Netflix is out there. You're on the edge. You like to do different types of shows and invest in different types of opportunities. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make NFTs of my feet. But I'm not going to tell anybody whether I'm a man or a woman or trans man or trans woman or bisexual or LGBTQ or Republican or Democrat. They're just going to be my feet, right? And I got this one toe that's got like a dinosaur claw aspect to it. And so I'll NFT them feet, and then we'll sell them feet NFTs on the Japanese businessman foot fetish NFT market. And that is going to enable us to develop the seed money that we'll need to do our show of Netflix of a 13-part series about making an NFT about a dude's feet and then selling them to Japanese businessmen. What do you think?
Non-fungible fungus. I like it.
Non-fungible token black person.
I think it's a blockbuster.
If you had just told me to go kill myself, that was exactly what Bill Hicks would have sounded like and have said. So kudos to you, Peas. That was the best birthday present I've ever gotten. This is the best episode of Time for the Show ever. Thank you, Peas. You've done it. I think we can go home early. Look at that. I even started on the board over here. It says, is it a band? It says Rodman's. And it's got an apostrophe S. It's possessive. But there's no second word. Rodman's what? Couldn't even come up with a rhetorical band name for when my pal Peas came on the show tonight. I'm ashamed. My lack of preparedness, my lack of enthusiasm. I don't know.
I've got to say.
Wait. Rodman's?
Rodman's.
Are we playing Is It a Band or is it a gay bar? Thank you.
Yeah, but it's in a nicer neighborhood, so they market it as a bait and tackle shop. Just go in. You gotta go in through the back door, But you ask them you tell them you came for the red wigglers. You know what I'm saying? You know what they say about glory holes? They're very alluring. It's a fishing joke.
You could show different pictures of feet, and people could guess which ones is peas.
In the glory hole?
However, it needs to be for the entertainment purposes and whatnot.
Who's on their knees at your glory hole, Peas?
Appalachian Hollywood, ladies and gentlemen.
On your knees for Peas. Peas, you live out in Las Vegas. Do they have a lot of seedy hotels out there or anything? Is that something you guys have? Do you ever just bust out of work? You go down by the community college, like a bus stop near the community college, and then you just go start fiddling around like you just, you went to Home Depot, dropped $50 on a hole saw,
Yeah, I want to
Appalachian
hear
Hollywood, brought to you by Motel 6.
I want to hear Peas do an impression of somebody who's funny.
Well, he can't do that if he's doing you tonight.
It's your birthday.
I hurt my feelings on my birthday.
That's just birthday lumps, buddy. That's all. It's Peas' birthday, everybody. Put your wishes in the Discord right now.
I didn't even get a balloon.
You figure that one out? I'm pretty sure the end button ends them.
Well, Peas.
What's your favorite part of the show?
Mine?
Part of the show.
This one right here.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that. And now I'm supposed. Now we have to advance the show. That's how it works. We haven't even finished. It's my favorite part of the show. It's Truthache, where Peas tells us a story and we have to determine whether or not he's a filthy liar or not. Now, normally, I would tell Peas before the show that we're doing this, but I was getting ready to tell Peas this when Peas reminded me that the great Regis Philbin's, is that it? Regis dies at the end?
Yeah.
Did you play Final Fantasy? Okay, so Regis dies in the end, and that's why we can't talk about any of the show before the show. We want to keep it smooth, boy. And so Peas is now going to regale us with another illustrious emphasis on the lust, shining milestones of his youth, his yonder years, back in the good old days when he was just a spry young buck, a green thumb with a horn full of cash and a saddlebag full of hemorrhoid cream. So take it away, Reverand Peas.
Wait, is it a band? Is this like a side mission?
Yeah, I did it.
This is a side quest? What is this, like the J.R.R. Tolkien version of Is It a Band?
That's correct. This is the Hobbit part of the story.
Okay.
So, a lot of people don't know this, but SeaWorld, which is an aquatic park in San Diego, it's the first park that they had. They have one in Orlando now, and I think they have one somewhere in Texas. And they used to have killer whales and all that stuff, but this story is about the SeaWorld at San Diego, the original one, which sits on the San Diego Bay. And because the San Diego Bay is an accessible waterway to motorcraft and sailboats and rowboats and stuff, it's parts of it are actually like little restaurant areas and stuff like that, actually overlook and are right on the bay with just a few rocks, holding the bay at bay. So you could go on like your little friend's motorboat, and you could put on your Churchill duck fins and your snorkel gear, like a face mask and a snorkel, and you could jump off the boat and swim to the rocks where SeaWorld was. And if you were quick enough, you could get to a bathroom and use the blow dryers to blow dry your hair dry and stuff and get dried up. So I guess I've skipped ahead a little bit because we thought this plan out. How can we get into SeaWorld for free, right? So we came up with this plan. We got the boat, and one of us would stay on the boat, and we put our clothes, a change of clothes, in a Ziploc bag. And we swam over to the rocks, and we climbed up on the rocks, and we ran real quick to one of the bathrooms because security was already on to us. And we dried off, and we changed into dry clothes and put our wet clothes in the bag and shoved them in our back of our dry clothes and put our shirt over it. We walked out like nothing was going on. And we walked around SeaWorld for quite a while. But apparently SeaWorld was super pissed that this somehow had happened. So they are like scanning everything. After being there for about an hour, we got rousted by some security guys. And they took us to the secret SeaWorld Orca security prison, and they sat down and they threatened they were gonna arrest us, and like, you're not allowed to fucking swim from a boat onto SeaWorld even though there's no fence or anything that's going on there. Because I started being a little bit of a smartass, and I'm like, if you don't want people coming and swimming on the boats with a bag full of clothes in a Ziploc bag, you should put a sign up. Because there's nothing indicating that you can't just swim up onto these rocks and start walking around. And if anything, how often would it happen to where it even impacts your business? So they get all mad and pissed off, and the cops show up, and there's a big discussion. And it turns out that the cops are like, well, do you have a sign posted that's no trespassing? And they're like, no, but we have a whole gate in charge. Well, did he go through that gate where you charge? And did he? No, he swam through. Well, technically, when he told you that you didn't have a sign up and all that stuff, he's kind of right. He's a minor. We can call his parents and make him come get him. But, like, it's really your fault. You should put up a fence or put some signs up and stuff. So they did call my dad, and he did have to come get me at the SeaWorld. But I had given one to the man and got no record on my permanent record because SeaWorld should have had better security, so you couldn't just swim in from the San Diego Bay with your clothes in a Ziploc bag and then foil their security for an hour. And that's my story. Do you think it's true, kids? Or do you think I made it up on the fly using my creative brain and genius of the P's and my foot NFTs and my big foot NFT money that I'm getting from the Japanese foot fetish empire, and just made it up?
Text yes to 214783464674605971422.
Well, as is customary and tradition, the receivers of the yarn get to ask one question to ye old yarn spinner. Fidd, do you have a question to Peas before we cast our doubts and bets and our nets?
Yeah, I do have a question.
Okay.
Is the Receivers of Yarn the sequel to the Elders of the Protocols of Zion?
Did you say Zion or
so, I'd like to
Scion?
read
Because
it.
there's a knitting joke in one of those.
I don't know
It
enough
was a
knitting
Ziploc
terms.
bag, kid. It was a Ziploc bag with like the triple Ziploc, so water wouldn't get into it as long as you didn't mess with the edge too much. That's what my clothes were in that kept them dry.
I want to know if you received any residuals from the film Free Willy.
I did not, and it seems a shame because I'm sure that my
Because that's what it's exactly what that movie was, right? Just a kid sneaking in with his. Is that? I think I figured it out. That was Free Willy.
Show how believable
That was just Free
movie
Willy.
was.
Yeah.
It just goes to show how believable that movie was because it's so easy. There's no signs or anything, dude. There's like some rocks, some like jetty-sized boulder rocks.
Well,
and you
Peas,
just
when
walk
you
up
said
and you're in a restaurant.
when you said SeaWorld had killer whales, do you mean actually orcas, or maybe they had some like sweet fucking humpbacks with killer?
They had killer whales, dude. They had Shamu and Shapu and some other boo. They all ended in boo.
When killer whales attack
Or
each
moo.
other, it's black
Yeah,
and
so
white
did
on
everything
black
the
and white
audience said.
crime. All blood's red in the ocean. Can I say that joke even
What do
if
you
I
think,
didn't do it
Dr.
on
Fox?
purpose?
Do you think I'm telling a tale?
Huh?
Do you
About
think
a
I'm
tail?
telling a fish tale?
A whale tail?
A whale
bit of
tail,
one.
fish tail?
Man,
Yeah, that
well,
happened to your cousin.
see, we usually do this bit, and then we have like the song break, and then I have like a couple of minutes
well,
to
then you
debate
should do
with
that.
myself,
You
but
should
I don't
do
get to
that.
do that. No, we're out of songs. This is what we get
Last
now.
time you had a song break, I burned a hole in my blanket
It's blanky.
because I'm sitting on my bed and
I didn't know you were like
never
driving in
leave
like
your-
a Honda Civic.
Well,
I meant to say sleeping-
left my
sleeping in a Honda Civic.
evacuoidal cylindrome unattended, which you should never do. And
As proven, yep,
when I
Simpsons
initially
did
bought
it.
this blanket, I was like, I don't need flame retarded blanket. Okay, I got my shit together. Give me.
I'm
the extra
retardant
flammable
enough,
blanket.
thank you. I'm enough
But-
for this blanket. Yeah, so no song breaks. We're all out of music, and Fidd's almost out of homes to live in. So let's do the right thing here before somebody calls Fidd's apartment like a Black Lives Matter rally. I'm gonna say, Peas, your
Swatted.
story is. You know what? I'm gonna say it's true. You, as a young buck, as the orcas would call you, one of their pod, because you're Peas, you're in the whale pod, swimming around the barrier and putting your. I mean, it sounds like you just ripped off Free Willy, because I'm pretty sure that's all that movie is just how to sneak into SeaWorld. But I'm gonna say you did it. What about you, Fidd?
I think that might have actually been the exact plot of Free Willy 7, but Peas knows nobody saw that.
Is that the one where Willie's head is in the reverse bear trap and the puppet's on the screen going, "Do you want to play a game?"
It's the one where the orca swims into the corner of the tank every time Michael Jackson comes to see him.
It
gonna
doesn't
say,
matter if you're black and white. He'll molest the whale. That's what I'm saying. All right. So is that a yay or a nay, Fidd?
Story, but it happened to Peas' cousin, and he's living vicariously through his cousin for the show, which is okay. It's okay to embellish a little bit. That's fine.
But not about Michael Jackson. All right, Peas. Big reveal. Here, hit the big reveal button. Yeah,
Actually,
probably one of
me and
those.
my friend Big Solberg did this so many times. We did it so many times that when we actually got caught doing it, we were like, wow, I can't believe it took you guys. We must have done it 15 times before they caught us. We would go to SeaWorld, go see a show, eat in one of the restaurants, and then when we were done, we would just go back to the fucking rocks right in the middle of the restaurant, the snack area, put on the fins, and swim away. And people would point at us and go, "What the fuck?" Because we'd swim back to the boat and climb back on it and start it up, and off we'd go. And
Wait, there's a
did it
boat involved?
That's probably how they caught us. We did it so many times that eventually
I must
they
have missed
started
that at the
looking
beginning.
for
I
us to
thought
do
you were
it.
like running up against like just a barrier on the beach and swimming around it. You guys had a boat?
Yeah, the boat. We parked the boat like 15 feet away from the jetty rocks that the restaurant.
And I take it
ordered
you
on
already owned the
SeaWorld.
boat, like you didn't.
And we would just dive in.
You
with
spent
some
enough on the
clothes and a
boat
Ziploc bag.
to pay for 2 annual
Everybody-
passes,
They'd
but
see people. People would think it was like a show or something. Oh, it must be some kind of entertainment. And we would come out. We would take off all our frogman shit, and then we would like, hey, wave at people, and we would fucking run into the bathroom and use the hair dryer, the hand dryer to dry our hair, and we would change our clothes into dry clothes, and we'd walk out and we'd go fucking see the Sam Muso, feed the dolphins, go do shit. We spent the whole day there a couple times, and then when we left, we would just grab our fucking fins that we had hid in the bushes. We'd go to the same place we came in. The boat was still anchored like 15 yards away. And people would be like, oh, look, they thought it was some kind of fucking show. We got away with it so many times. We were actually kind of bummed when they caught us because we were like, and that's why when I said, dude, we've done this so many times. This is your fault that we can get away with this. You can't call the cops on us. We're not trespassing. We're just
yeah, we've broken in plenty of times. It's not our fault.
Yeah, exactly. And it turned out the cops were like, they're right. You don't have any kind of barrier. There's nothing to prevent everybody from doing this if they want to get in here. That's on you. Put a ticket gate there.
It is California, right?
Because I was a minor, and that kind of sucked. Although when I told him the whole story, he thought it was kind of funny.
Defund the
we've
dolphins.
been doing this for months.
Wow, SEAL Team Peas.
Yeah.
Or more like
I had
seal,
some adventures
more
when I
like
was a
trained
kid.
seal peas. As at SeaWorld, they have trained seals. Arp.
Their security department was kind of dicks, though.
That's pretty good, peas. Proving Grounds, where we go through this week's wackiest headlines, scoured up by our roving producer,
hard is it to
Aster Six. She's gonna dole out the harshness to us, and it is up to us to try and come up with something, I guess, funny or clever to say when she does that. It's gonna be hard because nobody got the list this week, so no cheating this week. You ready, peas?
I'm ready.
All right, you ready,
It's my
Fidd?
birthday. I'm gonna be funny.
Hope this microphone. Ooh, wow. There we go. Really there. Alrighty. Well, we've got a Florida man this week tried to rob a bank with a Sonic mask.
Oh, you gotta read it. You gotta read it. Present it. Sell it like a headline.
A man wearing a Sonic the Hedgehog mask tried to rob a bank in Florida.
Motley Crue delays new concert series.
What? It actually made me fart.
I can't read these and hit the buttons. I'm
You
sorry.
made me
It's
laugh when
fine.
I farted, Peas. Did you get that on the mic, Fox?
What Peas just said?
What about Motley Crue?
Motley Crue cancels concert tour.
I was working on like Sonic's fast food chain misses viral marketing strategy.
No, dude, you don't get it. It's like some member of Motley Crue wore a Sonic mask and fucking tried to rob something. Now they got to cancel the tour because he got caught. We don't know which member it was.
They haven't revealed it yet.
They're waiting.
Yeah.
They're waiting for the 4 kids and that dog to get them.
Yeah. 38 Specials super bummed because they were going to tour.
Authorities followed trail of chili dogs to the scene.
Wiener Schnitzel presents 38 Special with
Police fired one shot at the scene. Suspect dropped a bunch of rings and fled. I'm treating him like he is Sonic the Hedgehog. So I would hope that there would be somebody more committed to the act, somebody's in the Sonic the Hedgehog mask robbing the bank that brought their little leather pouch of golden rings.
Right, really commit to the part.
That'd be a good bit for a movie. Just a guy dressed up as Sonic the Hedgehog trying to pawn off some obviously stolen golden rings.
Lead singer.
I need these, man. I gotta go fast.
I'm gonna save my friends.
Things are way too slow right now.
All
I'm
my
coming
friends turned
down.
into robots.
All right, next headline.
Dutch protesters are organizing to egg Jeff Bezos' mega yacht.
Everyone will pay for their own protest.
Jeff Bezos amazed by food that looks like self. He's never seen an egg before.
Never.
No.
Oh,
All right, no fart. No.
That's the joke, really. Rich people don't know eggs.
sure.
I guarantee you if you hand
Don't they
Hillary
eat hard-boiled eggs a lot? Isn't that like a thing? Like
yeah, you hand
fancy
Hillary
people?
Clinton a standard egg, she's gonna be like, "What the hell am I supposed to do with this?" But you bring it out to her scrambled with the Monsanto cheese on top. She's like, "Yeah, that's what egg is. That is an egg."
I think the allusion to the going Dutch joke was better.
That like a 50-50 thing, a halvesies appeal.
Well, no, everybody would pay for their own protest.
All eggs
'Cause
will
they
be
go
thrown at a
Dutch.
35-degree angle.
Nice.
Comedy 101.
A Canadian woman found a naked man living in the trunk of her car for several. He had been there for 3 days.
One more time, please.
A Canadian woman found a naked man living in the trunk of her car for 3 days.
The naked man was
Police
only
are
wearing
pleased to
layers
report
of
that she
clothing.
succeeded and never mind.
Sorry, you
You
both
got-
spoke at the same time.
Try again, one of you. Just one of you go.
Sorry, I was pissing.
Mayor of Quebec states new laws working already.
Is that the egg joke?
What?
Wait, which joke are we on?
See, there's too
Canadian
much of a
woman.
gap between the. Read the headline again, and then let me do my thing.
Say
Then-
please.
Please.
Thank you, please.
God.
Canadian woman finds a naked man living in her trunk for 3 days.
Quebec mayor glad to see all citizens complying with new laws.
I'm trying to figure out the 3 days part. Like, she came out there on day one, like Sunday afternoon, and she's like, "Oh, look at that!" But they're Canadians. They're like, "I just better let him be." And like comes back Monday, and like, "Oh, he's
Can't
still
do
there."
Until the third day.
Oh, the third day. All right.
Can't do
I'm
anything
gonna
till
have
the
to
third
call
day.
somebody. I can't do my Canadian voice.
Hey, buddy.
I'm gonna have to call somebody here, buddy.
There you go.
That's well. I mean, that's like.
This all the boots.
There you go.
Don't you know? Gonna have to
The
call the
Washburn's
Mounties
over
up here
there.
on you, don't you know? You can't just go pressing your tallywhacker against the back of my Honda
That's
Civic there,
Minnesota.
don't you know?
That's Minnesota. Dude,
That's
you're
every
fucking
Canadian.
up.
Minnesota, is that not in Canada?
That's like American
No,
Canada.
It's not.
No,
It's
then it
close.
shouldn't count.
International
All right.
Falls would like to be Canada, but it's not.
Minnesota
next
is Canada's
headline.
Florida.
Now we've got
Baltimore is America's Canada.
This one's for you, Peace. Happy birthday.
Shaquille O'Neal has been in a study that has found that gorillas are afraid of him.
As George Orwell said,
Orangutans, strangely, are finding Shaquille O'Neal quite attractive.
in the words of George Orwell, familiarity breeds contempt. I stole that from George Orwell.
Shaquille O'Neal declared Gorilla King.
I was gonna say Shaquille O'Neal in all of Gorilla's free throw abilities. That's a Shaquille O'Neal joke because he was bad at his free throws, remember?
he was really
Jane
terrible.
Goodall
Safety!
mistakes Shaquille O'Neal for Silverback.
All right, we have a Vegas winner who let me see, a slot machine malfunction in Las Vegas didn't let a tourist know they won, so the gaming board found them and gave them their winnings.
Well, that's not very funny
That's
at
what
all.
We do. We try to be fair. Now, to be also fair, we did send the winnings with a prostitute with a free airline ticket back to Las Vegas because, dude, you're on a lucky streak. You might as well come back and gamble some more.
And that's it for Proving Grounds. That's my favorite part of the show. Which leaves us to my favorite part of
Not
the
this
show.
week.
You're supposed to do the sound effect again after I say that. No, it's okay. We'll get there. There we go. My favorite part. This is where Peas apologizes for everything this week. So take it away, Peas.
So let's start off right away because Joe Rogan's got himself in a world of shit. I'm going to go right back to the Gorilla and Shaquille O'Neal joke, and I want to explain something real quick about it. It was Shaquille O'Neal who said during the interview, anytime I've gone to a zoo and looked at the gorillas, they freak out and seem to be scared of me. So it's not anybody else. It's not like Fidd said that. Although I will say Fidd alluded to that at X Day 17, but he didn't come right out and say it. So we really can't attribute it to Fidd. But that was Shaquille O'Neal. So don't come back at the time for the show and say we're being racist like Roseanne O'Barr and comparing people to gorillas. Because we all know you can be Whoopi Goldberg and get away with anything, but Roseanne Barr, cannot. So it's okay, and I'm sorry about that. But maybe that's how life should be. There was slavery, and maybe this is the price we pay for it.
Are you sorry for slavery?
Being that the Irish people, Fidd, you can hear me on this, were the slaves of British Europe for like 6,000 years. I'm okay with slavery sometimes. Sometimes slavery's warranted. You had it coming. You were uppity.
A little bit of slavery never hurt anybody.
A little bit, yeah.
Just
Look
a
at
little.
the Greeks. The Greeks thrived as slaves under the Roman tyranny of the empire. So, it's not always a bad thing unless you make it one. But no, I guess I wouldn't like being a slave. Probably not. I like being able to do things the way I do stuff. And I guess that's my privilege.
Well, maybe you wouldn't like to be a slave, but it takes all kinds.
Right. There's probably people out there who would like to be slaves. Like Joe Biden. Or that guy Brandon that people talk about. Or Trump. Trump likes to have a straight path and know what's going on. What am I going to have for dinner? Big Macs? Okay. With collard greens? You got it. But you know what the people need more than anything else in this time of derision and strife and trouble? And I'm so glad that I have a friend that feels it's important for everyone to listen to his show. And that's NCN. You should listen to NCN right when it comes out and listen to it for that whole 18 hours. And when he revises it and edits it down to 17 hours, listen to that version too. And when he fine tunes that one into a 15-hour hardcore, new, never heard before material, fucking download that one too, motherfucker. Because I can't listen to him bitch about nobody listening to his show anymore. And for that, I'm sorry. This is the Peas. And it's my birthday, and I'm going to have key lime pie and think about Fidd while I bang my wife.
Fidd, you got
That's my
anything for the
birthday
kids?
present to you.
Yeah. Anything for the kids, Fidd?
Yeah, thanks for not telling on me.
Yeah, nice.
The best thing about doing NCN stuff is he'll never listen to our show. So I don't know why he expects us to listen to his. But it is what it is.
Phineas Narco, the secret code is 9780. That is 9780.
Drink more Ovaltine.
You've been listening to Time for the Show, a production of Hypercube Laboratories. Find out more at www.hypercubego.com. Head on over to www.timefortheshow.com. Click the Discord button, join the Hyper community today. And don't forget that you can unlock exclusive Discord perks like the ability to access our Scabs, a VIP chat room full of the freshest wounds, cuts, and lacerations of our exquisite members at patreon.com/hypercube. This show is brought to you by freethinkradio.com. Shout outs to Dr. Ellis and Martha Arthur for their continued support into year 4 of Time for the Show. And of course, we are now broadcasting on youtube.com/hypercubego. Make sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already and endure the suffering with us. Hit the like button and I don't know, screw that bell. That's some bullshit. This is Dr. Fox. We'll see you next week on Time for the Show.
I wonder if Phineas listens to our show.
We'll find out. I gave him the secret code.
You did, and I got some fucking bullshit about that because it's a secret. And you can't be giving the secret fucking code out over the fucking air, Fidd.
I got a big mouth. I know. I'm never gonna make it in the Illuminati. With my
Maybe
big
you
fat
will.
mouth.
Maybe you will. They do need, like, gardeners and sweeper-uppers and stuff.
Yeah, I figured that's where I'd end up.
But you're doing it for the A-team, right? I'm sweeping up for world conquest. Who else can say that?
Yeah, it's better than sitting
you
around
think-
playing video games.
Do you think Fox had a good time on the show?
I think right now he's breathing into a paper bag in his broom closet.
Dude, your beard is luxurious. What's up with that? You like Moses?
No, actually I trimmed it. This is like
Really?
light. Yeah. It was starting to get
Big
all like
light?
out to the sides with that squiggly shit, that like Martin Van Buren
Yeah.
shit.
Right.
So I
Did
just
you
like
shave
pulled
that
it
up?
all out and just scissored around my fucking face.
What
And
did
then
you do with those hairs, though? Did you, like, weave them into some kind of sock or material or, like, a handkerchief?
I did what I always do. I smoked them.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck, dude. Were you okay afterwards?
I
Dude, I
smoked my...
smoked some Fidd hairs one time. And it was like August. I smoked them in May, and the next thing I know, I'm in Tennessee, and it's August.
Well, when anybody
you
smokes
s-
my beard hairs, they become me for about 90 minutes. So when I smoked them, it's like everything went black, and there was this tiny light really far away. And the closer I got to it, the bigger it got. And it got
The
bigger and
Fidd
bigger and
elves
bigger.
came.
And then I finally went through it, and I was looking through my own eyes. It was like I was me. I was
What
like,
did you see?
whoa. Like I could see from Fidd Chuley's point of view. Like I was in Fidd Chuley's body
Did you
when
have
I woke up.
socks?
in the hospital.
Did
Yeah,
you
I
socks
have
on?
hospital socks. I came across a good stash of
Why
hospital
can't
socks.
you buy those in the store? Don't you feel like those are really good socks? Why can't you buy them at the store? They have like little sticky strips so you don't slide and shit. You should be
And
able to
they're
buy those at
double-sided.
Walmart.
They have the
Right,
sticky
you should be able to
strips.
buy them at Walmart.
They have the sticky strips on top of the socks so that when you finally wear the ones on the bottom off, you just fucking flip it over. They're
Dang. I'm
Z-axis
still not
and X-axis symmetrical. They can go on any foot. They can go in any vertical orientation. And I get
You
mine
can
from
even
thrift
use them
stores.
as like bad mittens. I used them as bad mittens before.
Remember that song "Bad Mittens" on the album "Bad Mittens" by the band Bad Mittens?
I think I could write the words to that. Bad mittens. Bad mittens are my fucked kittens. Don't you know you gotta have leechins?
'Cause bad mittens need loving too. Even
Where's
bad
these
mittens.
sad kittens? Don't they need some bad mittens? Where's the poor kittens and their damn mittens? Their damn mittens. Mama wants to know, hey, you kittens, you gotta wear your mittens if you gotta have bad kittens. It's a pretty popular kids book. It's from Sweden.
Bad kittens wear bad mittens. No, you know where to get those socks? The thrift stores, man. You go into the thrift stores, somebody dumped off a whole shitload of them. They're still in the plastic wrap. They're still factory sealed. They fucking give them away. Like $1 a pop. Fuck yeah.
Mama cat wants to give her little cats mittens. Little cat say, Mama, we lost our mittens. Meow, meow, meow. Our mittens are lost. Mama, mad cat, kittens. You better find your mittens. Mittens, mittens, lost kittens. Mittens, mittens, gonna find my kittens. Mittens, mittens, poor lost kittens. Where's their mittens? Mama cat wants to know. All right, I gotta go because I gotta eat my key lime birthday pie.
All right.
Well, good having you on the McShow there, Pete.
That was my good rock metal fucking kitten mitten song, dude.
If the mitten be fittin', you best be a quittin'.
I guess we'll be moving over to Don't
It was
Say
good.
Hello to engage with the Yahoos. So you can join us over there, you bunch of Ellen degenerates. Otherwise, thanks for listening to the show. You're welcome.